Bookstore 2 separate times. This lighting is terrible. I had to come to the bookstore 2 separate times. This lighting is so sad. I hate putting the lamp there was a mistake. I put it there just so that way I can not bother her in the morning when I want to turn my lamp on. But now it's made my lighting and my videos 10 times worse. I can put the light solemnly on me. I guess that works. Okay, but now there's a shadow in it. Oh God, okay. Hi, welcome back. So today's video, I want to rant. I'm not furious. I'm just annoyed because people at my college can't do their jobs and now I have to suffer. Not really. I'm just annoyed because people can't do their jobs and it's costing me money, even though it's not that much money, but it's costing me money and I want to rant about it and I want to talk about it. So let's chat. Let's rant about my school.
Put your head on my shoulder.
So if you don't know me, my name is Ananda. I am a junior at SUNY New Paltz and this is my spring semester, obviously. And this semester, I have 5 English classes. I'm an English creative writing major and a film minor. So I don't have any film classes because they all got filled up. We're not even gonna talk about that yet. But my film classes got filled up, so I had to take all English classes, which already is annoying because I like to balance English and film classes together so that way it's not just too much of one subject. But the ball was not in my court this semester, so I just had to deal with it. And the consequences of having 5 English classes is that I had to order almost 20 books for the semester. And I counted the ones I actually have, and apparently I only have 18. But I have 18 books for one semester. That's too many. Now, I'm an English major, so that means I had to read a lot of books, which is understandable, but 18 books? 18 books? That's a bit too much. But anyway, whatever. I bought my books, and here's the problem with buying books. When you go to school, some professors want you to have your books ready within the first week of school. As if you have the money and the time to get the books in advance. Just like that. In 2 seconds you can get books. So some people want you to get the books ready by the second week of school. So you could already start reading the stuff. Some professors understand that it takes a minute to get books, so they give you a good week or two, or the readings that they have, they'll put online so you can print it out or just read it online, or however they prefer. So I just decided to get my books in advance because whenever you buy college textbooks or just books for school in general, sometimes the prices go up and down, and oftentimes at bookstores, the books are stupidly expensive for no reason. There'll be a book at a bookstore, at your school bookstore, for $30 and then online it's $10. So it's pretty much ridiculous, but the reason why the bookstore, I'm pretty sure, expensive is because they want to make a profit. The school wants to make a profit, and for convenience, because you can just get it right then and there. You don't have to wait for shipping and stuff like that. So online, it's probably cheaper because they get the money from the shipping. Now, however, I usually get my books from eCampus, the website. This is not a sponsorship, so don't think that. I get my books from eCampus often because they're cheaper oftentimes on the website. So I'll get my books from the bookstore, eCampus, or sometimes Amazon. I got one book from Amazon this semester only because I wanted to buy the book. And literally renting the book cost $21, and to buy the book on Amazon was $14. If I'm renting a book, I had to return it. But if I'm buying a book, I keep it forever. So why would I spend $21 just to rent a book I already want to keep myself, when I could just buy it for $7 less? Now, so some people that maybe oh, you're just being cheap, but I'm pretty sure people are just that's a steal, that's a save. Do you get your save your coin? So if you're thinking that I'm being cheap, then get off my channel. So I bought the books. So I got one book from Amazon, and I got the rest of my books from eCampus and the bookstore. Now, when I bought my books on eCampus, it took some time to ship because I had to get standard shipping, 47 business days, big deal, whatever. I got my books. I have all the books that I need. Now, when I go to class the first week of school, it was just 2 weeks ago, because this is the end of the 3rd week. It is February 7th that I'm recording this, and I started school on the 20th. No, I started school January 21st. So it's been 3 weeks of school. So the first week of school, usually I don't like to buy my books until after the first week of school is over, because they'll say that you need books on the syllabus, but sometimes for some idiotic reason, departments force professors to put a textbook on the syllabus, say you need to give your students a book to use. Even though they may not need it, you need to tell them they need a book, which is stupid because so basically you're telling professors, hey, you need to have your students waste more money, even though they don't need need to. Just do it anyway. So that's why some professors will put a book on the syllabus, and then when you get to class, they're like, oh, you don't need, like, I know I put this on the thing, but you don't need this. Now, this happened to me my sophomore year, my fall semester. I bought all my books early, and then I had one class that, like, the book was like an audio thing, and I bought it. It cost, I think, like, it cost some money. And then I go to class, and he's like, oh, we don't, the thing that I put on the syllabus, we don't need that. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I bought it for nothing. And then by the time it came, it was too late to return it. So I was just like, well, that was a waste of like $40. I think it was that much money, or I don't know. It cost like more than $10. So when a book is more than $10, I'm a little bit more on the, like, if I don't need it, I want a refund, or I'm not going to buy it, because books aren't cheap. And I had to... Let me calm down. I had to pay this money back. Like, whether I get my money from FAFSA or I use refund checks or whatever, I still had to pay this money back. So all the money that I'm spending and wasting on books because departments want to have professors force their students to buy books that they don't need, I had to pay that back. So it's like, you're literally wasting my money because of rules. Like, why is that a thing? And multiple professors have said it. We had to put a book on a textbook, but then we go into class and they're like, oh, we don't need it. So if you buy your books in advance, I would say the best, if you really want to buy your books in advance to have it on time, email each and every professor that you have, so that way ask them, do we need, I know this, it says that we need the books on the syllabus, but do we actually need these books? So I can know, I just want to know so I can buy my books in advance. Because if you don't send that email asking for what books to, like, that you need and don't need, when you buy your books in advance and you come to class and like, hey, we didn't need that book, it's upsetting, because it happened to me before. So then I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy books until the first week of school ends and then the professors say what books we need and don't need. So my spring semester, my sophomore year, I did that. I didn't buy any books. When I didn't buy my books in advance, I needed every single book that was on the syllabus, on the syllabi that I had. And then by the time when I looked at the books for a second time, they were more expensive because time went by. So buying books in advance can be beneficial because they can be cheaper at the time that you buy it. But then if you buy them in advance, sometimes half the books you buy you don't need. So it's very annoying and confusing and frustrating, because if departments didn't just force their professors to, like, put a book on a syllabus just for fun, you wouldn't be needing to do that. Like, if they put a book on a syllabus, like, if you say that you need a book for this class, why do I have to, like, I should be able to buy that book in advance and be able to have the book by the time I need it and not have to worry about if I actually need it or not. And then on top of that, when they say you do need it, sometimes the professor will be like, oh, you need this book, but then we never use it. So that's still a waste of money too. So professors, get your stuff together. If you say it on the syllabus, oh, hey, you need this book, make sure I actually need it. Don't just say I need it and then we never use it, or it's not useful. Like, oh, you can read these pages, but I can still go to class and know the lesson without reading the book. It's just stupid and waste of time. Anyway, moving on. The first week of school, I come in, I buy some books in advance. I buy my books. I didn't have classes until like Tuesday or Thursday or something. So I buy my books, and then I go to one class, and one of my classes say, oh, hey, remember this one book that I put on the syllabus among the other books that you need? Like, I think it was like 5 books, or like 5 to 7 books on the syllabus. One of them we didn't need, because she was like, I decided to not have us read that one because it was over, like, I think it was like 400 pages or something. And I'm like, okay, that's great. But I already bought the book, so now I had to return it. So I was able to return it because the day that I got the books, I was able to return it the next day, and I think I got a refund for it. I have a refund receipt. I honestly don't know if the money went back to my bank account. I think it needs to take some business days because I have a refund receipt, and it was only $3.90 for the book, so, like, it's not that big of a deal, but, like, I was able to return the books, so I was fine. So that class, it was upsetting. But then it gets better. I buy all my books that I need, and she puts at least half the books online. So she was like, to save you guys some money, I decided to put the books online. All the books that she was able to find online, she put online. So a lot of the books that I bought, I didn't need to buy because they were online, and I could have just printed them out, or I could have just read them on my laptop. I brought my laptop to class because she allows laptops in class. But I just bought the books in advance because I want to have them all ready, and then it bites me in the butt. Whenever I buy books in advance, I waste money, but then when I don't buy them in advance, I need them in like a week. So that was fun. And then when my other classes, I needed one of the books literally the second week of school, and I didn't even have it. So I ordered the book at the bookstore, and then it's back ordered. So whenever a book is back ordered, that means that they didn't have enough copies, so they're making another shipment of copies, and then we had to wait a few days for them to come. So I told my professor, hey, this book that we need next week has been back ordered in the bookstore. So he's upset because he's like, hey, they requested these books in October. It is January. So they should have all the books by now. And this happens all the time with the bookstore because they'll have so many. If you don't order if you're gonna order at your school bookstore, if you don't order them within like the week before school starts, they literally get back ordered in like 2 seconds, some books, because they just don't have enough copies. And I find that so stupid. Like, why would you have professors tell you what books they need in October and then it's January? How many months did you have to get together? 4 months? And you don't have all the books for all the professors? Like, I don't understand. What's the purpose of asking for them in advance if you're not even gonna have them in time by the time students need their books? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I can understand if a class had like 20 kids and then like 5 more people joined, so you didn't have enough because there was more people. That wasn't the case. There was 30 kids, no new people was added or dropped out the class. One person dropped out because they couldn't do it because of a schedule like complication. But if anything, that means one more person should be able to get the book. But it was like 30 people in this class and they should have 30 copies for this class. And if there are other classes that need the same book, get more copies of that book. Like, make sure if there's like out of the entire campus 100 students need this book, get 100 copies. It's that simple. Like, I don't know how the bookstore works, but I don't understand why you would ask for them 4 months in advance if you're not even gonna do your job right. Like, what's the point? What is the point? I don't understand it. It's very frustrating because when you're a student that gets a book back order that you need in the second week of school, you can't even do your job right. Now I'm behind on my readings because I don't have my book because it's backward because the bookstore didn't do their job. It's annoying. But thankfully the professor was understanding and he gave us a PDF of the book online. So I printed out the PDF of the book and it was fine. I had a PDF. I was chilling. On the first week of school, it's I think the 20th to 24th. So on the 24th of January, I get an email saying that the book that was back ordered has been brought to campus. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna pick it up on Friday. So Friday comes and I'm just tired from the day. I was like, I'm gonna just pick it up on Saturday. Saturday comes, I'm too lazy, so I'm like, I'll just pick it up on Monday. So Monday is January 27th. So I got the email on the 24th saying that it came to the bookstore. 3 days later, Monday, I go to the bookstore to get the book. I go on the 27th of January and I go and the guy says, oh hey, we made a mistake. This book, we got the wrong edition. So we accidentally ordered the wrong edition. So now we got the new edition and it's gonna come in 2 days, Wednesday the 29th. So I'm like, okay, that kind of sucks because I need it right now. I literally need it this week. But I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Accidents happen. People make mistakes. I'm understanding. He made a mistake. He apologized for it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just come back on Wednesday. He said he would send an email on Wednesday when it comes so I could pick it up on Wednesday. I'm like, okay, this class that I have for this book, I have it on Mondays and Thursdays. So Wednesday, I would have it in time for Thursday's class. However, I need to do a Blackboard post and I need to read like another portion of it on Thursday. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. I'm okay. I had the PDF file, so I'm like, it's fine. I can use a PDF, and then when the book comes, I use a physical copy. So then Wednesday comes, I don't get an email saying that the book came. But I didn't really think about it because I have been doing homework every single day since school started, and I'm not even joking. Monday to Friday, every single day, I'm doing homework. From day one of school, I've been doing homework. Ridiculous. Anyway, so I haven't been paying attention. I think I noticed that I didn't get an email, but I just brushed it off because I had homework to do that was due the next day. So Wednesday comes, I didn't get an email. I'm like, okay, whatever. I have a PDF of this book, so I didn't need the book, so that's why I didn't care as much about it. So I'm like, I don't need the book, so it's fine. He also was just saying, just forget about ordering the book. But I'm like, I already ordered the book. So now I had to return a book I ordered because the bookstore didn't do their job. So I'm upset. So a week passes. January 29th comes, I don't get an email. Now we're February 5th. Now we're in a whole different month. February 5th comes. I'm like, hey, I never got an email saying this book came. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come on Thursday to get the book. February 6th. February 6th comes. I'm just too tired. I'm like, I'll just go on Friday. Friday, February 7th, today, I just came back from the bookstore like I think 30 minutes ago. I go to the bookstore today. I'm like, hey, I got an email saying that a book came, but I never got it. So then the first lady she checks in the back. She can't find it. She checks online. She says it's been rented. So they say, oh, it should be here, right? She asks another worker to come and like, oh, maybe go to maybe go to their supervisor. I'm assuming that's their supervisor. Go to her and see if she can handle it. So she goes to the person. They go to the back where she was at and they find the book. So I'm like, okay, great. The lady that I was talking to, because like at the bookstore also oftentimes is students working, so I'm pretty sure she's probably my age or maybe younger, I don't know. But she was very nice to me. She was very sweet. She said, oh yeah, we'll find the book. So sorry, we're just gonna try to figure it out. I'm like, okay, no problem. On my phone, just looking around the store, I get the book. I'm like, okay, great. I actually don't need the book anymore because I had to read it last week, so I'm just here to return it. And then she's like, oh, so then her supervisor is there because she just wants to return it. The supervisor is like, oh, it's too late for returns. And I'm like, excuse me? In the middle of them looking for the book, I told the girl that I first talked to that, oh hey, I came on Monday for the book. I got an email on Friday saying that I got a book. I came on Monday for the book. The guy said it was the wrong edition, so I had to come on Wednesday, but then Wednesday I never got an email saying that the book came. So then when I get the book, the lady, the supervisor, is telling the worker, she's not talking to me, she's talking to the worker. She's saying, well, it's too late for return. She's gonna have to come back on Monday and talk to so-and-so. I didn't even know who she said. But she wasn't looking at me. She wasn't talking to me saying, oh, hey, sorry, like, we don't, unfortunately, it's, like, returns, or the time for returns is, like, finished. But if you want to come back on Monday and talk to so-and-so, then, like, you can talk to them about it and figure out what they're gonna do. But then she said, but I highly doubt he's gonna do anything. And then she just walked off. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then the girl that's next to me, she's like, oh, so then she gives me the book. And then she's like, oh, she gave me the book. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, thanks, and I just walked away. And I was just so upset because I'm just like, so I come here to just return a book that I don't need because one of your workers made a mistake and got the wrong edition. But then she tells me that the book was processed January 24th. January 24th was a Friday. The same Friday I got the email saying that the book came. So Friday the 24th, I got the email saying the book came. I didn't go on Friday because I was too lazy. I didn't go Saturday because I was too lazy. I went 3 days later, Monday the 27th. I went on Monday. The guy said the book that was there was the wrong edition, so he was going to order a new one and it would come by Wednesday. But the book that they gave me was the book that he claimed was the wrong edition, but it was processed on the 24th. So that means that either they just gave me the wrong edition regardless of what the guy said, or the guy thought it was the wrong edition and it wasn't. So either way, that guy made a mistake. Because then also when I came on Monday, they looked for my book and couldn't find it. Because they have a place where they put like online orders, and for my order number, there was nothing there. So it's not like as if they put it there and then they looked at it and I told them it was the wrong edition. He said himself that it was the wrong edition. So it's like they knew they made a mistake and they're like, oh hey, we're gonna fix it. But then the mistake was never a mistake in the first place, so the mistake that they made was a mistake. Sounds confusing, sounds weird, but that's just what it is. So now it's Friday, and now I have to go back on Monday to talk to someone and be like, hey, like at this point, this book costs $2.70. I rented it for $2.70. I don't really care about getting my money back because it's literally under $3. I'm not poor. I'm not that poor. So I don't really care about the money. I just care about the simple fact that like if this book cost like $30, I would have been pissed. I would have been more upset than I am now. Like I'm annoyed. I'm not like, oh my god, this is so bad. I mean, I was like 10 minutes ago, but like I calmed down. But like I was just annoyed that this was happening because I'm like, it's frustrating when you have to deal with people that make mistakes and the customer has to pay for their mistake. Like it's one thing to make a mistake and then make up for it, but they're not making up for their mistake. And then the supervisor wasn't even looking at me when she was talking to me, when she was talking to someone about my book. Like, this was a mistake your worker made. You should be talking to me, the customer, about how you're gonna fix it or about why we can't fix it. And she's looking this way and talking to her one of her workers like as if I'm not in there. And I'm like, well, you're rude. Like, maybe she's just having a busy day, but if you're a supervisor of a bookstore and a customer buys a book, you should be talking to the student and be like, hey, you know, we can't return this because the deadline for returns are too late, but if you want, you could go on Monday and talk to this person to figure it out. But they just say, oh, but I don't think he's gonna do anything about it. So it's like, you clearly don't care about my problem because it doesn't matter to you, but it matters to me because like if I needed this book and if it cost way more money, I would have been livid right now. So I'm gonna go back on Monday and be like, hey, I'm gonna give them dates, times, and I wish I knew the guy's name, but I don't because I wasn't thinking about getting details when I was focusing on school. So I'm gonna go on Monday and figure this out because I am upset that I had to go through all these hoops and loops just to get a book, a Shakespeare book that I didn't even like. I didn't like the book that much. It was an okay play. The book is The Tempest, and it's a stupid book, and it's like so this has been going on for like 3 weeks about books, and now this situation continues until Monday. So I probably like, I don't know if I'll put an update or like a title card saying what happened on the Monday. I don't know why I'm posting this. I just want to film it because I was very upset. I just want to rant. The next semester, I'm gonna email every single professor when they put out their syllabus. Hey, on the books on the syllabus, do we need all of them? Which ones do we need? And if they get offended, I might just be like, I'm asked because every single semester of this year, I bought books in advance and didn't need half of them. I didn't buy books in advance. I needed all of them. So I'm trying not to waste money. I wasted like at least $150 on books because professors put books on syllabus, we didn't need them. They said we needed them, we didn't use them, or I returned them too late. So I'm just tired of wasting money on books that I don't need. I'm just sick of it. It's annoying, it's frustrating. SUNY New Paltz, get your stuff together. Either get your bookstore together or just get your stuff together. Get it together. It's so annoying. And I'm not the only one that's gone through this. And I'm pretty sure other schools have this problem too. But I'm just gonna complain about my school doing it because I'm sick and tired of wasting my money. So that's it. So I'm gonna stop because it is 4:48. I'm starving. I bought my lunch and I'm literally so hungry. So I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, that's the rant for today. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come back in 2 weeks and rant about something else about my school because you know what? I have all the rants. I have all the issues with all the things, but I don't make rant videos because I don't want to seem like I'm complaining and like I'm being ungrateful and that I need to just learn how to deal with life and blah blah blah. But you know what? I don't care anymore. If I have something to complain about, I'm gonna complain about it. So I'm trying to just, yeah. I have more things to complain about, but like I said, I'm starving and I need to make a video. I'm starving and want to eat. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my suffering. Well, just my annoyance. Hope you guys enjoyed my annoyance. And if you did, smash the thumbs up button and subscribe because this is a new channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.